Hi, it's T. Michelle Birdsong. I want to tell you about a couple of videos that I saw tonight that were fantastic. This was called CPAC 2020 Charlie Kirk, and he's from the organization Turning Point USA. And the videos at the American Conservative Channel. It's just really excellent. The other video I saw that was so great is from Candace Owens. She's also from Turning Point USA. And the name of the video is Candace Owens Speaks at 2020 CPAC. And I made some notes, let's see. And it's the full video. It's at News 19 WLTX channel. She talked about the cannibalism among the Native Americans. And I made a note. Hiawatha, now Ostara Gloria, spoke the ideas of the great peacemaker, now being T. Michelle Birdsong, and stopped the cannibalism among 6 warring nations, tribes. They became the Iroquois Confederacy. You may have heard of them, but probably not the cannibalism that they were doing, because the powers that be don't want you to know that. They want you to think Americans are terrible, but the Native Americans were godly almost. Okay. Then the next video, the one I'm going to comment on, is called They Hate Us. And it's at the Amazing Polly channel. And I made some notes. I highly recommend you see this entire video. And these other videos as well. Because I just made notes, so you can't get the full message unless you go to the Google They Hate Us and watch the entire video. It's about the 4th Industrial Revolution. And modern money theory. Money will be useless. Everything will be digital currency if we go along with and become the 4th Industrial Revolution. You won't own anything ever. It's about genetic engineering. Each piece of each thing will be tracked and controlled digitally, reducing us from 3D, as we are now in the physical, to 2D reality. That's what they want to do. Smart Prosperity Institute. Google. Circular economy. That's what they want, a circular economy. Light. We don't own our bulbs. We won't own our clothes. We won't own our food. Everything will be in the Internet of Things. This is a part of the Internet of Things, the Google, the circular, economy, and the modern money theory. It's part of the Internet of Things. We'll find ways to make waste from one project into food for another, said a spokesman for this 4th Industrial Revolution. Generate biological materials. They want us to stop thinking about making things and start thinking about AI, 2D things. If circular economy goes forward, A lot of people are going to be out of work. I hope the circular economy is stopped dead in its tracks forever. The modern monetary theory, gaining in popularity, means we just print as much money as we need when we need it, and if we ever want to get rid of it because it's causing inflation, we just raise taxes. I hope we go back on the gold standard and abolish taxes. I hope incandescent bulbs come back. What is optogenetics? It means we can choose exactly which neurons we want to control in the brain. I hope we can bypass genetics and use our imagination. Control our environment, to control our environment and our reality. Nanoscale engineering means controlling the brain with smartphone. You might say there's no way will people get implants, which is what you need to be controlled by the smartphone. I hope the good, true people will not get implants. CRISPR, that's a gene editing technique. People will order these kits online and they will inject themselves. Do they know what they're injecting themselves with? Who owns the technology? And now the technology is inside their bodies. Page 3, They Hate Us, that Amazing Polly channel. Intellectual property. CRISPR involves George Church. He got money too and hung out with Jeffrey Epstein. They're at the same level in terms of their lack of respect for humans. Jeffrey Epstein sexually abused children and trafficked them to his friends. George Church has such little respect for humans that he sells genetically engineered kits which have unforeseeable implications for the human race. You can use CRISPR to genetically engineer viruses and other things. I hope CRISPR becomes powerless to do harm to true humans. John Brockman from Edge.org facilitated these relationships. Nobody is looking at John Brockman, says Amazing Polly. I promise you a video about him as soon as I can get it. Foreign Affairs. Who owns MERS, M-E-R-S, a coronavirus? They are owned and patented, these viruses. As soon as they genetically modify an organism, they can patent it. As soon as they genetically modify a food product or an ingredient inside a food product, not within the FDA's purview, and they don't need to get it tested. These maniacs are about undermining safety to human beings. Anti-human recipe, blockchain, track every component of everything on Earth. Blockchain requires an enormous amount of energy to work. That's why they want to put 5G into play. The circular economy is otherwise known as the sustainable development. Does Greta Thunberg ever call China out? Does Greta ever berate China? How dare you? She doesn't. They're really pushing Western countries to get out of fossil fuels. Hopefully that doesn't come to fruition. What would produce the energy high need for blockchain? That's 5G. In circular economy, a lot of jobs will be lost. Robots will do everything. The backing for money in the modern monetary system is human energy. Each person will be evaluated for how much energy they can contribute. Note, the sun, the source of solar energy, daughter, the source of Earth's energy, are the contributors of the vast amount of energy used on the Earth. Not GE, General Electric, for example. The cost of the sun is $30 septillion. Who will pay the sun's heir, his daughter, T. Michelle Birdsong, the $30 septillion she's owed? Let's cut the crap. I hope the sun's heir is soon paid for the sun for her contribution. I hope the sun and his heir are soon paid for their contributions to life on Earth. The sun contributes light, heat, and energy for food. The Hate Us article continued. It's a video, actually. They Hate Us video notes. They will give us an income based on how much energy we put back into the system. That way, in their nutso minds, everything will be in perfect balance. They Hate Us. Amazing Polly, daughter of the sun, member of the Holy Royal Family of True Humans et al. They Hate Us. Video notes continued. It's impossible to get ahead in such a system. But that's what they want, complete socialism. Everybody exactly the same. Note, I hope people are rewarded based on their efforts, how many jobs they create, how many beneficial products they innovate, etc. Merciful meritocracy. They Hate Us. Notes continued. Polly, Amazing Polly said, each according to their abilities. Communist motto. They couldn't do it in the 3D world. They're trying to do it in a 2D world. Note, I hope this manipulated 2D world never comes into being. They Hate Us. Continued. Movie Black Mirror episode 15 million merits. It's so depressing. They're watching shows on their screens of which they have little choice. And what they spend their energy credits on is the food out of the vending machines, which they comment is grown in a lab. And they also spend it on turning off commercials, because the commercials are full of sexual degeneracy, pornography. Note, I hope the world does not become like Black Mirror shows. I hope the world becomes like H.G. Wells' vision and like life as photographed in the RSSB book, Equilibrium of Love. It's a beautiful world that that book is telling us about, that already exists in India. Okay, They Hate Us. Notes continued. Technocracy. Energy accounting. Note, again, the sun's cost for energy contributed by him and his daughter T. Michelle Birdsong, his heir, is $30 septillion. Now, they want everything balanced, right? So how are the communist socialists going to pay the sun and his heir? Are they going to ignore the source of everything, of life? That wouldn't be fair. I thought they wanted to be fair. Okay, They Hate Us. Continued. They could keep track of world's energy by your own cryptocurrency put onto blockchain, ignoring the sun and his daughter's massive energy contributions. Oh, that's what I was talking about earlier, right? That's what they want to do. That's not fair at all. Anyway, back to They Hate Us. They could perfectly track your energy output and your energy input on the Internet of Things. Energy accounting. In the document Accounting for Sustainable Development, They go out of their way not to use the word energy, though they are obsessed with energy. So we have to read between the lines. Note, 60 years ago, my mother, Miss Frog, a projection of the Son of God, Baba Jamal Singh, who has being as Gurinder Singh Dhillon, out of the blue one day said to me, "You have to read between the lines." Clearly, she was preparing me, daughter of the sun, for this instance. They hate us. Continue. After reading the document aloud, Amazing Polly said, "An impenetrable wall of bureaucratic language, which is seeking to avoid being easily understood by the common person. You have to really wade through that to understand that it is exactly the same thing as what technocracy proposes with its energy accounting. It's exactly energy credits. They didn't want to look like they were saying the same thing as technocracy because everybody recognized technocracy for what it was, which was an insane control cult. I'm sure people look at that Black Mirror scene and they say, no way will we ever let that happen. Well, they've already figured a way to ease you into it. Forbes article, 2019. The year virtual reality gets real. Virtual reality already exists in Second Life, a totally immersive experience where you can have your own business, your own family, your own home. You can design your own clothes. You can make friends. You can earn money. People lose their own real life to Second Life. I recommend you Google it. Google Second Life. And look it up on YouTube too. And see testimonials from people. It's really scary. I hope Second Life project ends soon. Their website is a degenerate cartoon and an all-seeing eye. Remove us from our humanity once again. Trying to remove our 3D world and replace it with a 2D world. Note, I hope our 3D world is never replaced with a 2D world for humans. Website, transhuman. That's not even a girl. It's a girl cat rabbit. When you Google it, you'll see what she's talking about. It's not wholesome. Virtual relativity, is that a relationship? World will be completely constructed by them. It will resemble how you would move the 3D world because they will have to have real-time input from the Internet of Things. Another article, new virtual world Sansar is ready to pick up where Second Life left off. A transhuman, not a 3D human, an avatar, connected to a worldwide brain on the Internet of Things. That's a technocratic future. You know Davos? It's getting a lot of attention.